All right, we are on a mission for big crappies. Al came into my office yesterday and said, yeah, I was out walleye fishing, and on these big walleye baits, hair jigs and boot tails, I ended up catching one of the biggest crappies I've caught in Minnesota in years. I caught like 5 other ones, so we gotta go check it out. Let's go actually fish for them. So if there's more than one there, I think we're gonna end up getting some big crappies today. It should be awesome. Summertime crappies.
Got one here, I don't know what it is. Could be one, Jer.
You got one?
Yeah. Oh, bad. Crappie.
First cast. All right.
We're on the board.
It's a nice one, too.
We're on the board.
Real nice fish. Way to go.
It's a healthy lake. These fish got shoulders in it.
That was a really nice fish, yeah.
I was telling Jer, I got my biggest crappie in Minnesota, maybe ever. I had here a few days ago, 15 1/4. He's really. Says we ought to go try for him. We're warming up. We're warming up here.
You think he wanted that little jig in plastic? Right now, how Al and I are fishing is we're fishing with jigs. Of course, one of the greatest fish catching lures of all time. And it's probably the most effective tool there is for targeting crappies in weed beds. And of course, we've been a big fan of hard baits for a number of years. You got another one? Yeah. Oh, he's doubled up. Ooh. But we're also finding, fishing through cover like this, you pretty much got to fish with a jig. This stuff is too tough for fishing with crankbaits. I'm gonna get this guy back and we'll go through some of the technique. So the idea with this jig swimming technique is, ooh, oh, I had him. Oh, wait, piled up there, is really understanding where the jig is in the water column. Now crappies, you always want to be, oh, got that one, above them. Boy, that's a pot of them. When you get into crappies, it's amazing how technology has changed. Back in the day, we'd be drifting all over here, and they can be so tight in these schools. It's really unbelievable how packed up they can be. Oh, we're doubled up. Al's got a big one.
Yeah,
I've got a really nice one.
I got a bigger one.
But you get that cast right, and it's just one after the other after the other.
This one thinks he's a bass.
Yeah, this hot water, they're going crazy.
They're growing up a little bit more, Jer.
Nice fish.
You know, this is one of these lakes that is really fertile. It's got a lot of really good crappies in it, but you can tell, look at the shoulders on that fish. A lot of times you get them this size, you look at them, they're paper thin. You can see these, they're carrying weight. These are good, healthy populations of nice crappies. Everybody likes catching crappies, Jer.
Everybody likes catching crappies.
It's a good break from you from catching muskies last night to crappies today.
Another one. You could kind of see what I was doing there. It might seem like the rod is in kind of an awkward position for doing this, but it's really all about managing how that jig is going through the water. That's the whole secret with this. Gosh, these are really quality fish, not giants, but I mean, that is a great crappie anywhere you go. Just a beautiful, like Al said, thick fish. So I'm gonna cast out again and show you the technique. Right now, Al and I are fishing with plastics. This is that big bite kamikaze swimming, and I really like this bait. It's got these little kickers. You can fish it vertically, like I have here, or if you wanna slow the presentation down, you can flip it horizontally and the bait falls really slow, but you get that kick from those tails, and we're fishing a little dirtier water, so that vibration and that profile really seems to help. So here's what we do. We're gonna cast it out, and preferably you want to be down, casting downwind. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of managing the slack in my line. So I'm pulling, reeling it up, and we're kind of pulling, and we're just kind of letting that bait just hover. Oop, there was one right above the fish. Now if I'm too low, my jig is gonna be too low. If I'm too high, the wind catches it. So you're kind of at that 45 to the water and just swimming that baby right along.
Panfish. Oh, nicer one, way nicer.
What, the net? Should I net this one?
Yeah, it's right on the border, bub. Right on the border.
Let me grab the little.
No, I got her. Ah!
Oh.
I'm pushing it, flipping her. I was pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. Pretty gold on it.
Yeah. Everybody loves catching crappies. Everybody does. And there's so many different ways to catch them. And there's a real growth, I guess word for growth or interest in fishing for crappies with artificials in the last 5-6 years. Lots of anglers are tuning into how deadly artificials, plastics and small hard baits, and how to fish them in the different conditions. And we just learn. In so many cases, you don't need live bait.
Just felt that cover Al, and then boom, there he was. There he was. It's kind of an art. I've taken people out to do this a number of times when you're swimming these jigs, and a lot of times you're like, oh, people tend to struggle a little bit. Geez, this might be a horse. Getting the right cadence down. And the biggest mistake I see people make is fishing too deep. Where was
Top
he?
of the cast, way up
Look
there.
at that giant
Way up on top.
giant fish. Ooh, big one. Nice.
Give you an idea what fishing with artificials can be like when you get tuned into it. Get confidence in it. Get confidence in it. Confidence is one of the magic things in fishing. And how do you get confidence? You got to go try something, and you got to get bit on it for any kind of fish. Crappies, muskies, smallmouth don't make no difference.